नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया. My name is JVN Manisha Singh, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Sciences in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am teaching you financial management in entrepreneurship portfolio. What is financial management? Financial management is mainly concerned with the proper management of funds. The finance manager must see that funds are procured in such a manner that risk, cost, and control considerations are properly balanced and there is optimum utilization of the funds. According to the Solomon, financial management is concerned with the efficient use of economic resources. According to the Philippides, financial management is concerned with the management decision that results in acquisition and financing of long-term and short-term credits of the firm. Then what is the objectives of financial management? Basic objectives are the objectives which includes the profit maximization, maintenance of liquid assets, and wealth maximization. Other objectives are ensuring a fair return to the shareholders, building up reserves for growth and expansion, ensuring maximum operational efficiency by efficient and effective utilization of finances, ensuring financial discipline in the organization, scope of financial management, that is estimating financial requirement, deciding capital structure, selecting a source of finance, selecting a pattern of investment, proper cash management, implementing financial controls, and proper use of surpluses. The need of financial management or financial decisions. It includes the financing decisions, investment decisions, and dividend decisions. Functional areas of financial management are determining the financial needs, selecting the sources of funds, then financial analysis and interpretation, cost volume, profit analysis, capital budgeting, working capital management, then profit planning and control, dividend policy, then sources of finance. Basically, there is a share capital. Long-term funds can be raised from share capital. According to the Section 86 of Companies Act 1956, a company can issue only two types of share: preference share and equity shares. Equity shares are cumulative preference shares, non-cumulative preference share, participating preference shares, non-participating preference share, convertible preference share, and non-convertible preference share. Then equity shares. Equity shareholders are known as the real owners of the business. They have a control over the working of the company. Equity shares are paid dividend after the preference shares. Equity capital is paid after meeting of all other claims. They do not have a right to get a fixed percentage of the dividends. The dividends is dependent upon the amount of profits available. When there is no profit, they do not get any dividend. Merits of equity shares. Company need not have the forced obligation to pay dividend to equity shareholders. Equity share is a permanent source of funds which facilitate flexibility in usage of funds. The obligation to repay the equity capital arises only at the time of liquidation of the company. The shareholders can participate in the management of the company through voting rights. Equity shares can be issued without creating any charge over the assets. Demerits of equity shares. Equity shares always associated with the expectations of the investors. It is practically a difficult task to fulfill the expectations of the investors. Equity shareholders have to bear all the losses at the time of liquidation. Interruptions of many persons are involved in the company working. So in some cases, it creates delay in decision making. When the finance has to be raised for less risky projects, then this is not a good source of raising finance. If only equity shares are issued, then the company cannot avail the benefits of trading on equity. Investors who have a desire to invest in safe or fixed returns have no attraction of such shares. Then preference shares. Preference shares are those shares which are entitled to a priority in the payment or dividends at a fixed rate and the return of the capital in the event of winding up of the company. Preference shares may be of the following kinds. Cumulative preference shares. These are those shares on which fixed dividend accumulate till it is fully paid up. It means that on these shares, if a dividend is not paid in 1 year, then that dividend will be combined in the next year. For example, if the year 2005, if company is unable to pay dividend of 5,000, then in the year 2006 the company have to pay 5,000 of year 2005 and then 5,000 of year 2006. The non-cumulative preference share, such shares do not have the privilege of the accumulation of unpaid dividend. In other words, if profits during a particular year is not sufficient, the arrear lapses. Then participating preference shares, these shares get dual benefit on the capital. First, a fixed rate of dividend is given. A fraction of surplus profits left after paying dividend to equity shareholders. The surplus profits are distributed between the preference shares and equity shares. Non-participating preference share. These shares are entitled to a fixed rate of dividend and do not have a right on surplus profit. Convertible preference shares. These are the shares which entitled to convert them into equity shares within a certain time period. Non-convertible preference shares. These shares do not have the right to convert these shares into the equity. Redeemable preference shares. These shares are redeemable and or repaid within a stipulated period. Hope you all are satisfied with this session. If you have any query, please mention it in a comment box. I will resolve them whenever we have a live session. Thank you so much for watching this video.